guys. I am back. I have been recording and not posting. Went to San Diego for a few days. Nice rave experience. I did New Year's Eve, not New Year's Day. I spent pretty much all of New Year's Day from like 11 o'clock until probably after 5, maybe, I don't know. I don't know where we left off, but, oh shoot. I've been drinking all these beverages. I forgot to do my weigh-in. Well, it's gonna be off a little bit. Dang, because I've been drinking all this water. I didn't drink that much, but I did have some. I had a cup of coffee, so, I'm gonna try to do a weigh, I guess, minus the cup of coffee. I don't know. Okay, I did that. I did the weigh-in. So, as far as my weight is concerned, we're good. I don't know how much, as far as in custody, how much is coming out today. I'm not too sure on that. I haven't really gone to the restroom too much yet, but I calculated about how much coffee I consumed, and that's, I kind of weigh myself with and then without it. So pretty much, when I do the weigh-ins on Fridays, I try to do, after I've gone to the bathroom and before I've consumed any water or anything that's gonna make me heavier, and then pretty much no clothing, no shoes, nothing like that. I mean, my glasses stay on, but otherwise, yeah, like just so it's consistent. Otherwise, it's like I'm not really, and I try to do it Friday mornings. Otherwise, I'm not really fully weighing the same thing like every week. So that is my weighing. And then, as I said, the fitness year starts at the Friday before Thanksgiving. And so I have to calculate that number 2. Man, this morning, too much multitasking. Boiling eggs. So my eggs are done boiling. I put a timer on it because I do not keep track of time well, and I don't like my eggs being overly boiled, and you know when they get that like kind of burned flavor almost. Alright, kind of takes me a second here. So so just for reference, I have to keep reminding myself because I forget sometimes when I'm like I mix myself up when I say like a week starts on a certain day, because I'm not doing like Mondays or Sundays or something like that. So it's kind of weird that the week starts on a Friday, and sometimes I mix myself up saying, okay, week 1 or week 2 or week 3, but it's like, is that the start of the week or the end of that week? So I just put a note for myself so that I'll remember. This is fitness year number 3. I've talked about this before, but I can't even remember, even though it's my own thing. Fitness year number 3. This is the start of fitness year number 3. So the start of every new fitness year for me is the Friday before Thanksgiving. The reason why is because that's when, I guess that's when it ended, when the program I was first in ended. We went from December of the first of that first year to the weekend before Thanksgiving, the Friday before Thanksgiving, because our class was on Fridays. And so that's when it ended. But that was actually 50 weeks. It wasn't quite a full year. But then from that point, I did a whole year. So the first fitness year was like a couple, like maybe 2 weeks short. The second fitness year was last year. It ended on November 11th of on November 21st of 2025, which that means by 2 p.m. that day, because that's when we usually were to log and submit, or that was the deadline to log and submit. So it ended that day. So it ended by 2 p.m. And so 2 p.m. is the start of a new fitness week, and the start of the start of the new fitness week. So each week when I'm tracking, it goes from, the deadline goes all the way to 2 p.m. that Friday. But I try to do the weigh-in early, because once I start eating, it's really going to be hard to calculate anything. And my eating schedule, because I've been out of town, has been way out of whack, and man, I think I screwed myself with these freaking probiotics. I'll talk about that later. But so let's see. So the fitness year began November 21st of 2025. That was the start of week 1. That wasn't the end of week 1. That was the start of week 1, that Friday. So this day, today, January 1st of 2026, Friday at 2 p.m. is going to start the beginning of week 6. And just for reference, 75 hard ended in the middle of week 4, because it ended on like December 15th or 16th or something like that. So it ended in the middle of that week 4, and by the Friday, that was the end. So basically, did I start 75 hard October 3rd, something like that, right? 2025. I think I started October 3rd. And so I've been doing like a little bit of stuff, but yeah, like it's good to do the evaluation of things, kind of see where I think I'm at and everything. I'm trying to like coordinate and schedule stuff with people. It's kind of hard because I get in my head about it, and sometimes I'm like I've definitely had to learn, not to take it personally, because other people are just doing their own lives. They're probably not checking their phone, or even if they do, they might not want to respond. They might not know what their plans are. They're trying to keep it straight with everybody as far as like their planning. And I'm over here trying to plan with a bunch of people too, between 2 different counties. It's like really complicated. But I don't know what. So I guess if you want me to talk about my workouts a little bit, I'll talk about them. But I don't want to. I'm not trying to make this like a whole like fitness podcast. But I think since it's the beginning of a new year, people gravitate towards that. The Kwanzaa stuff, I did not even hardly post any of it yet, so I have to do that. And then some other serious stuff I wanted to work on too, but I've got this workout I need to do, and that's kind of why I got up early and had coffee. I had coffee again today. I woke up and the first thing I thought, I was like, I don't have any C4 or any caffeine, and the tea wasn't gonna do it, you know. And I'm really trying not to drink a lot of coffee, but it's like, I ran out of my, I get these like 12 or 24 packs of like C4, and then I run out, and then I have a few days between where I'm either going to the store, but because I was out of town, you know, I had like this weird schedule, so I left for San Diego on the 30th. I mean, I did a little walking, a lot of standing, carrying heavy bags and stuff. I actually had like a little bit of a bicep pump, which was kind of crazy because I wasn't really doing anything to lift or anything, but I was carrying, because I had like a gallon of water, because hotel waters are super expensive, and then I had my snowboard jacket and some extra stuff like in one of those tote bags, those kind of grocery tote bags, and it was heavy enough for the amount that I was carrying it. Like I was waiting for a bus at a certain point. Once I got dropped at a certain point, I was waiting for about 20, 30 minutes, probably standing waiting for my food, because I waited a few minutes to purchase it by Uber Eats, and then I went to pick it up across the street, and like the ground was kind of wet. I wasn't like seated or anything. I had been sitting on the bus the whole ride down to San Diego, so I waited for that standing. I waited for the food, even though it said it was done before 15 minutes. Once I got there, I waited another maybe 5 or so minutes, and then I waited for an Uber another 5 or so minutes, and then, you know, I was lugging my stuff all over, you know, didn't really exercise a lot on the 30th, other than that. The 31st for sure, we did the raving. It was like 8.1 miles worth of raving, and about, yeah, like 8.1 miles worth, and then, let's see, I don't know, yeah, well, I'll put it this way, because part of it was into the new year, so I'll put it this way. If we just count on my end, what happened on that day, it was 6.8 miles on the 31st, and then 4.7 miles on the 1st, because I did do about, I think I calculated it was like 163 minutes worth of kind of more working out from home. It was mostly like dancing, working out, but the rave was outdoors at Pepper Park, so that was the 6.8 miles. But I don't really track mileage too much, but it was, I don't know, we were there, we probably parked around like 5 p.m.-ish, and then we walked, and then from there, yeah, we stayed at the rave till a little after 12, and then we walked back to the car. I got dropped at my hotel, and I showered, so I think I got out of the shower at like 1:15 a.m. I don't remember exactly what time I got back, but I got out of the shower at 1:15 a.m. And so I probably was in the shower at like 1 a.m. And to the car. We probably got to the car. I mean, it wasn't even 15 minutes. Well, I don't know. It might have been. The walking might have taken a while. The walking might have been like almost 20 minutes. So like, because we parked far, because parking's like 65 bucks. Otherwise, even meter parking in San Diego is like 60 freaking dollars or like $10 an hour or something. Up to like 60 bucks pretty much. Up to like 10 cents or something because it was New Year's Eve. So parking sucked. Everything sucked. But yeah. And no, it's fun, but like, yeah. My friend doesn't like paying for parking, and I do not blame him, and I am glad that they don't, because it saved us. I was gonna pitch in for parking or pay for the parking, and I would have been out like 30 to 60 bucks. So yeah, so we did all that. So the 31st, the 1st, those workouts are solid. I can't figure out this year if, like, I don't know if I'm counting steps. I don't know if I'm tracking mileage. I don't know if I'm, yeah, I don't know if I'm tracking steps. I don't know if I'm tracking mileage. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really tell if I'm tracking steps, mileage, time, reps. Like, I wanna figure out my tracking, and then as far as I thought about this thing when I was on the bus, because my mind starts to kind of like unwind itself, and I started thinking about, I mean, I'm not like disappointed with my time online, especially lately, because when I was just binge watching stuff, it's like I needed a break, so I took a break. So I'm not gonna like say that I wasn't really on top of it. So I did that. Needed a break, took a break. And then from needing a break and taking a break, yeah, like it's just sometimes it's like I know I have stuff to do, but I've kind of gotta rest and get the momentum back and the motivation back, and I need that, having this 2 weeks off. I wanted to study, but realistically I wasn't sure how that was gonna look energy wise and then playing with people. But yeah, I took a probiotic on, let me see, it feels like it was just a weekend, so I'm a little thrown off that today is Friday, even though I felt like I just had like a big weekend, but it was like the middle of the week. So having holidays in the middle of the week throws me off. My friends got engaged on Sunday, the 28th, and then so that felt like that already threw me off too, because it was a Sunday, and then Christmas being in the middle of the week, and then or it was on a Thursday, and then yeah, the 28th, and then yeah, the 28th was Christmas, and then no, Christmas on the 28th. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about two things at once. Yeah, their engagement was the 28th, and then out of town the 30th, the 31st, the 1st. Got my workouts in, but I think, what day did I eat something weird? Because my dad was still in town on, I think he took off the Sunday after Christmas. Yeah, the Saturday. Maybe it was Saturday. He took off the Saturday, because I remember him saying Saturday, but it was like Saturday night. Then Sunday was the proposal. Okay. So I'm just writing this down. End of the family holiday was Sunday. But that was Saturday. But then there was Kwanzaa Day 1. That was the 26th. That was December 26th, the Friday. So yeah. So there was all that going on. And then yeah. So let me see. So, because I kind of remember what I ate. So, it would have been the Saturday that I had that canned tuna. No, it would have been the Monday that I had that leftover poke. So I had a little bit of a stomach issue that day, and then I had a full probiotic dose. And then I did have coffee on a couple of days. This is probably like my 4th coffee or something at this point, over the past few days. I don't like it, but that's how it is. Like, I don't know what else to do. But yeah, I started having stomach issues on Monday, and then Tuesday I still had the same issue, and that was the day that I was also traveling to San Diego. New Year's Eve I still had the same issue. And same with, it was mostly better than New Year's Eve, but I still had a little bit of stuff going on to where it was complicated with my hydrating and eating and stuff like that. Like, I just wasn't sure, and being in another place and sleeping well, just all that was out of whack. I felt like I was eating fine yesterday, but I still was. Like, I've just been kind of like backed up. So that's something I'm trying to figure out. And so yeah. But today I think I feel fine. I finally slept good. I'm trying some new edibles. I don't know how I feel about them. I guess I don't feel great about them because I didn't like the price. So I'm not like thrilled about the situation with the edibles, but I don't really think there's too much more I can do about that. But yeah, I'm really not like into the edibles right now that I got because the price was too high, and I was So I also didn't like that I ended up spending kind of more than what I thought I was going to be spending. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's too much to really say about that. Like, I spent more than I wanted, but a lot of the reason why was because I guess I overshot my energy. You know, I thought I was gonna be able to handle more walking around, carrying all my stuff, taking trolleys all over town than what I was. Like, I think I underestimated how much effort it would be carrying 2 bags. Because I had a backpack on that was heavy, and then I had that tote bag that was relatively heavy, honestly. Because it had like a gallon jug in it, and then it had a bunch of other stuff in it. Like, it was just bulky too. So like, you know, I probably would have just brought like a grocery plastic bag if I just had the water bottle. But because I had to bundle up and bring like extra clothes, considering I wasn't sure how the rain was gonna be, it was kind of a bit much. But I don't know. I think I want to work out this morning. I just don't know what I want to do. And I don't know. Our little like household food situation. We don't really have a lot to eat that I actually want to eat. So I'm gonna kind of come up across a problem here where it's like, you know, I kind of want to eat something more, but like more than what we have going on. But yeah, because nobody's really gotten groceries or anything yet. So I don't know. I was actually considering Ubering today, but I really don't want to. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do that. Okay, this is like the longest episode. At least for me. I've been recording for almost like an hour. I'm like multitasking in between. I forgot to put my clothes in the dryer last night. I thought I did. I think, I don't know what I thought, but I thought I did. Oh, that's what I did. So I think I went in there, and there were already someone else's clothes in the dryer, and I took them out, and then my clothes that were in the washer had like 6 minutes left. And then I thought I just needed, like, yeah, I guess I had forgotten that I didn't go back in there and put it back in the dryer. So yeah, luckily this morning I did. But I don't know. And yeah, that's kind of my holiday recap, I guess. But I've been trying not to overdo. So as far as the energy and planning, it's really hard to plan with people. I guess the social part of things. I'm There's kind of like a combination of difficulty for me with holidays or any type of planning. Because there's like the, I guess the flaky people, and then there's also the scheduled people. And so I know for myself, I don't do very well with like tentative scheduling because it's like I have to try to gauge my energy. And I don't know. I might just make that a separate topic.